All right, what's going on, guys? So today I'm going to share with you guys one of the lessons that I've learned on my transition from being a teenager to a man. Well, let me pause that right there. Let's not use the word transition. I don't want you guys to get any wrong ideas, all right? There's been no transitions. It's just been a journey. So let's use the word journey instead. No transitions, all right? So, on my journey from becoming a man, from teenager, even from being a boy to a teenager to a man. All right. So this is one of the lessons I learned when I moved out of my parents' house. Because when I moved out of my parents' house, I quickly started to realize that being a man is about being self-sufficient and not depending on anyone. Because oftentimes I would find myself wanting to call my dad when I had situations that obviously, from you living in your parents' house, there's things out here in the real world that you don't really experience until you take that step and until you go out and live on your own. Because to be honest, I hear a lot of people, a lot of young guys that live at home with their parents and they want to call themselves an adult, but at the end of the day, being an adult comes with its responsibilities. So until you can take on the responsibilities of being an adult, uh, you know, I don't know what to tell you, because being an adult comes with responsibilities. So if you still haven't moved out on your own, then you still got to take that step so that you can fully start to experience what it's like living on your own and what it's like being an adult. Because an adult comes with you handling business, not dependent on anyone, right? Because a lot of guys want to give themselves that title and they haven't earned it yet because they haven't came out here into the world and built something on their own. But one of the lessons I learned was, a man is not depend on anyone. Because I would find myself oftentimes when I was out here and I had, like I was saying, I hadn't experienced certain things. So what do? You call your dad. Hey, dad, so and so, this happened, this happened. How do you deal with this? Hey, how do you do this? How do you do that? But eventually I told myself, okay, why am I calling my dad? I live on my own. I am a grown man. Obviously, I have been living at their house for a while, so this is all new to me. When I had just recently moved out, this was all new to me at the time. But I quickly started to realize, okay, I'm calling my dad. Why am I calling my dad? And when I'm calling my dad, who is he? Who is he calling? He doesn't call anyone, right? He has just experienced the world enough to know how to handle situations on his own. And so I quickly, once I had a problem with my car or this or that, I started telling myself, all right, I'm not calling my dad anymore. I'm going to figure it out on my own. Because at the end of the day, your father is not calling anyone. Your father is a grown man, so he knows how to handle things on his own. And so I began to adopt that mentality because I started to think about it. And I started to think about how, as kids, we look up to our parents, and our parents are a big influence in our life, and we think they know it all. But in reality, our parents do not know it all. They're just going through life, learning just the same way that we are. But the thing is, they've taken on the responsibilities that come with being an adult. So I believe once you start to go on this journey of becoming a man and standing on your own 10 toes, that's when you're going to have to start looking for yourself, to yourself, for guidance. Because not always is someone going to be there for you. For example, I was just changing the blinds here in my house. I didn't call my dad. And quite frankly, I had the instruction manual, but I didn't even look at it because I try to find a lesson even in the smallest things. Like, for example, I was changing that and I didn't even look at the instructions because I believe as a man, life doesn't come with an instruction manual. Life doesn't come with someone always being there to hold your hand and tell you, hey, do it this way. Hey, this is how you do it. Life does not come with an instruction manual. So you got to have the mentality of, I will figure it out. That's the mentality that I adopted when I moved out on my own and I became my own man. I adopted the mentality of I will figure it out. No matter what life throws my way, no matter what adversity I am faced with, I will figure it out. Because, life is not going to be there to hold your hand. Life is not always going to have the training wheels on you. Once you're out in the real world, it's you on your own. So you got to start learning to figure things out. If you are becoming a young man, going to becoming a man on your own, right? Excuse me. I'm a little parched. But, after a while, you just got to start having that mentality of, I'll figure it out. Doesn't matter you're broke and you want to get some money, you'll figure it out. Doesn't matter if you're overweight, you want to lose some weight, you'll figure it out. Doesn't matter if you have an addiction and you want to break that, you'll figure it out. Your girlfriend breaks up with you, you'll figure it out. Because at the end of the day, it's not the end of the world. Whatever happens, whatever comes your way, you're not always going to have someone there to look to. And that's why you need to stop depending on your parents. And I'm speaking to the young guys because all the older guys already know this I believe you guys already know this. So I'm speaking to the young guys. There's going to be a time where you just got to stop looking to your parents for advice. I mean, you could still go to your parents and ask for advice, but eventually start trying to figure things out on your own. So you can start to develop that I will figure it out mentality. And then over time, you're going to be that person that people come to and that people ask for advice because you make it seem like you have it all figured out. The same way you look to your parents and you ask them anything and everything because you think they have it all figured out. But in reality is they don't. They just have that mentality of I will figure it out. And eventually people will start coming to you, your girlfriend, your friends, everyone, people that you work with. They will start coming to you and asking you things as if you knew everything because you make it seem like you know everything. Why? Because you have that I will figure it out mentality. And when you have that mentality, people come to you for guidance. People come to you because people like to follow someone that seems like they know where they're going. If you know where you're going and you have a direction in which to go, people will want to follow you naturally because no one likes to follow someone who is indecisive and someone who has no clear direction. Because what do followers do? Followers follow the leader, and the leader is a man with that mentality. I will figure it out. So people can come to you because you have a clear path and a clear direction in which to go. So your woman will start coming to you for guidance. She will start bringing all her problems up to you. She will start giving you all the drama, everything going on in her life, all of her anxieties, all her sadness, whatever. Whatever she's going through, she's coming to you because you are the man that guides her. Even your mother, your father, people in your life will start to gravitate towards you and they will start to ask you things. How do you do this? How do you do that? Because from everyone in this world, a lot of people are lost and a lot of people just need someone to give them direction. So adopt that mentality of I will figure it out, and you will start to become that source that people come to and people look for advice from you. All right, guys, like the video, comment down below, and subscribe. Peace out.